All right, we are parking at Ford Field for another game. Tonight is Thursday night football against Green Bay Packers.
Going down the elevator and the parking ramp, and then we'll go through security.
All right, we're inside, ready to go up the elevator. I accidentally pressed all those buttons.
Floor 7 is where media goes. It can get a little hectic during game day because fans share the same elevator, so it can be a lot of people. We took the wireless equipment home after the last game, so we need to set it back up. That's what he's carrying. Walking past the gift shop. Oh my gosh, so much good merchandise if you want to buy it. This is one of my favorite branded walls. I love walking by this.
To the rooftop.
We get a lot of steps in going up and through these hallways. Back and forth, back and forth. Happy to open the door and see everything was as we left it.
Today I'm going to be down on Ford Field, right down there. So today I will be taking the wireless equipment down to Ford Field. I'll be testing it before the game. And then after the game, I'll be doing the player interview. Basically, I'm not doing the questions, but I have to turn the equipment on, give the microphone to the player, put the headset on the player, and then make sure that everything is on and communicate with the producer to get the player and work with the Lions team, the marketing team, to get the player that we're going to do for the post-game interview. So, I got to get this right.
What I'm saying here is that when the game ends, it is a mad dash of media to the football field to do player interviews.
So once we get started, I'm going to go down to the field and I'm going to test the wireless equipment and make sure before the game that it's all set up correctly. And then I'll basically be back up here at the booth until about 10 minutes to the end of the game, and then I'll be back down at Ford Field to get the player interview. So excited.
There are 3 pieces that we'll be testing on the field. This is one of them, the wireless mic.
So I had to go to Network TV to request an SDI signal to be delivered to the Westwood One radio booth. And that was the first time that I had to do that at Ford Field, but I successfully did it, and they are coming to our booth after lunch to send us a signal. So, job well done. I recorded this from the Network TV camera booth. Which was actually my dream in the beginning when I started sports, was one, to be a sideline reporter, but then I decided I liked being a producer better, and I wanted to run camera for sports. And so if I had pursued that career, maybe I would be right here shooting camera for the Lions game. This is a pretty sweet spot.
Guess what time it is? It is time to test the wireless mic and headphones and receivers on Ford Field. So I'm heading down that way to do the testing. Testing, check 1, check 2, check. It's not that far away when we do the testing. I just wanted to show the microphone on camera.
I successfully tested the microphone.
So now I'm walking back towards the tunnel to go back up to the radio booth.
What I was most worried about was getting in and out of this tunnel. That's like the most stressful part, is figuring out a tunnel at a football stadium.
But once you got it, you know it. Now it's time for food. This is the media room, and we're going to grab something to eat. This is the best lemon cake I've ever had in the world, and this was our lunch. We shared it. I took it back to the booth. Yeah, it's not a super fancy place to eat, but that's what we got, folks. And now we're all set up, and the producer's here, and the talent is here, and they're ready to do testing themselves and get started. This is the wireless receiver. There are 2 of them in the booth, and they will pick up sound from the microphone that I do the interview with, and they pick up sounds during the game for the broadcast as well. I thought I'd do a little footage for you of Jared Goff warming up before the game. This camera guy did circles around Jared Goff while he was doing circles. It was kind of crazy. I mean, I actually have a lot of footage of this guy circling Jared Goff. Let's fast forward to game time. As the crowd starts filling up the stands, my husband and I both agreed that the crowd didn't seem as excited this time for the game as they did in previous games. So we thought it was going to be a tight game between the Lions and the Packers, and we were right. Here's some sounds from the game. I love how absolutely loud it gets in this stadium. This is a very loud stadium. And from the rooftop where we're at, we have amazing views to see the crowd just getting super pumped up. Okay, there was about 10 minutes left to go in the game at this point, and I had to go back down the tunnel and leave this little area to get my interview. I really was so super nervous. Because the game was tied at this point, I had to meet up with the PR manager from both sides of the field. Once Jared Goff got this first down, I was able to go back to the Lions side and get that interview. And that was it. Everything went well. We got the interview with David Montgomery. The Lions clinched the playoffs, and I will be back at Ford Field once the playoffs start.
Yes, I'm doing playoffs.
And that's a wrap for me until playoffs. So until then, I'll be thinking of the next kind of behind the scenes video that I can do for you. Tell me what you want to see. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And follow us as my travels take me with my husband, hiking, and around the world.